and welcome to the first session, Data as an Artistic Medium. We have three fantastic speakers within this session, but I also thought that I would like to give a little introduction to some of the terms that we are discussing in this panel, and thought I also wanted to say a couple of words for this first panel. This symposium is kind of for me a special event because so I started working with László 11 years ago, and after that time I moved to another lab, which is a metaLAB. And now this symposium is somehow the mergent of these two labs. So that is really fantastic. So it's kind of an interesting point for me to come back here and have this labs merge and combine my research, my artistic making, the design that I'm doing. So I'm very much looking forward to talk to you all and see you all. There's so many familiar faces, and I'm very excited that you're all here. So welcome to the first panel. Data, art, and medium. This is a compendium of three terms that very much have shaped my research, my thinking, my doing. So I thought to give you a very timely, very subjective perspective on the three terms and how I'm thinking about them in the current moment. So let's start with data. I grew up in the most northernest point of Germany. It's a little island. And when I'm in the US, there often seems to be a misunderstanding of the collective perception of Germans towards data. While the US is growing, expanding its tech empire from big data, global social networks, AI systems trained on billions of parameters, Germany is constantly pulling back, slowing down the progress of data collection, analysis, and training. This is how Google Street View coverage in Germany looked like in 2022. Germany is an island of data restriction. In 2010, the German Consumer Protection Minister said, "What is private must remain private." But this has not always been the case. One of the oldest data sets of German history is kept by the churches. As early as the 16th century, church books registered baptism, marriages, and death. A gigantic data set of everybody living in Germany for over 500 years. 400 years after the initiation of the church books, the Nazi government took over these books, turned them into searchable index cards, and started targeting subgroups of the society. Numbers, data, index cards, and statistics made the Nazi regime possible. This seemingly harmless data set, collected for hundreds of years, became the foundation for finding, targeting, excluding, removing, and killing millions of Jewish citizens. The bureaucratic abstraction of turning humans into data made the horrors of the Holocaust possible. The statistician behind the effort was Hermann Hollerith. In 1924, his company got renamed to International Business Machines, or short IBM. Tech and fascism went hand in hand 100 years ago. Seemingly innocent data can turn evil very quickly. Turning humans into numbers went extremely wrong for Germany. So, among other reasons, this is why Google Street View looks this way. One of the first thinkers I engaged with in the space of philosophy and media theory was the French theorist Paul Virilio. He's famous for notions such as this one: when you invent the ship, you also invent the shipwreck. Every technology carries its own negativity, which is invented at the same time as the technical progress. Reading Virilio in the age of data hoarding and artificial intelligence is horrifying. In the video game Plague.Inc., the player is a virus trying to kill humanity. The way to win this game means killing all humans is by staying as harmless as possible for as long as possible, infecting the entire world before turning lethal. By now, we have infected the entire world with data, and I'm worried about it turning lethal. What is a shipwreck of data? I don't think neither we nor society are prepared for the possible downsides of this technology. This brings me to the last term, art. In my opinion, we can learn from the Spanish painter Francisco Goya, not so much from his earlier works of oil on canvas, of the everyday life, such as this one, but more from his later works, the etchings of the Disasters of War series, which I would call examples of early critical art. Goya's subject were power and its abuse. Art became a modus of using the medium to question and critique authorities. Within the prints, Goya made visible the horrors of the 1808 Dos de Mayo uprising. Art is freedom. Art does not come with clear instructions nor purposes. But this freedom comes with a responsibility. Neither science nor design are capable of coping with keeping data accountable. So, in my opinion, art has to. Goya used painting to visualize power and its abuse. Similar, it is our duty to question, reflect, and make visible the use and misuse of data. Too much time is spent on making data look pretty, on the obsession with perfect Bezier curves, the latest JavaScript framework, or tech gadgets and color palettes. We're losing our connection to, purpose for, and understanding of the medium of data. We don't need more data postcards, data beautifications, or digital lava lamps. I want to leave you for this next 2 days, and hopefully beyond, with 4 questions. How do we expose the misuse of data? How do we represent data failures? What should never become data? And what will remain opaque? And with these introductory terms, I want to turn to our speakers, to the panel, to the people who will expand, project, counter these ideas and arguments. So I want to quickly introduce them all. First, we're going to have Andrea Lips. She's a curator and the founding head of the Digital Curatorial Department at Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum. After that is Paul Cirio, who will discuss the aesthetics of information ethics. And finally, we will have Dietmar Offenhuber, professor at Northeastern University, Art and Design and Public Policy. I am very much looking forward to the next 2 days. Thank you so much.